Joongedai's Things. Authors: Balkoseli Group, Niraj Balami. Illustrator: Sujan Chitrakar. Translator: Rose Larsen. In a busy town far away, there were many houses. In one of the houses, there was a room that belonged to a man called Joongedai. Although the room was nice and big, it was very untidy. Joongedai's things were everywhere. Clothes were not on their hangers, but lying on the floor. Papers and books were all over the bookshelf. The pen, ink bottle, drinking glass and a pair of scissors were all thrown about in a mess. There was even a banana peel left carelessly on the floor. Joongedai's things felt angry and upset. The earthen pot next to the cupboard was thinking to itself, why doesn't Joongedai put us in our proper places? Doesn't he care for us? At that very moment, the clock that was placed above the cupboard came crashing down to the floor and broke the earthen pot into pieces. The loud cracking noise caused all the things in Joongedai's room to tremble with fright. The clock was quite shaken up. One of its hands had come loose from the fall. The poor clock. It had not fallen on its own. Joongedai had kept the clock too close to the edge of the cupboard. The drinking glass was also terribly frightened. It noticed the scissors sitting right next to it, its sharp edges a bit too close. The glass cried fearfully, "Please turn your sharp edges away from me." The scissors said, "It's not me, Joongedai has put me here. What can I do?" One day, Joongedai wanted to write a letter. Unsurprisingly, he couldn't find his pen. He grumbled loudly and searched his cluttered room. Finally, he found it and started writing. After Joongedai finished writing the letter, he wanted to cap his pen, but it was missing. Where had the cap gone? It had rolled under his bed, but didn't utter a sound. It felt insulted for being abandoned. Joongedai left to post the letter. Fed up with Joongedai's carelessness, all his things in the room gathered for a meeting. While his things were loudly discussing their problems inside, Joongedai came back to the room. He had forgotten his wallet. He was just about to enter his room when he heard noises from inside. Maybe a thief has got inside, he thought to himself. He crept up to the door and listened as closely as he could. The pen spoke first, its voice heavy with seriousness. "Friends, we must do something about this situation." The shirt, lying on the floor, looked sadly at the hook on the wall and said, "We are always being thrown about." The book began to sob, "Almost all my pages are torn. Even little children know how to respect me, but Joongedai throws me all over the place. Should we put up with such behavior from him?" Joongedai's things shouted in one voice, "No, not at all. We're hurt and disappointed, and Joongedai must know about this." The book said, "Pen, write to Joongedai that we won't remain silent any longer. He must change his ways. Write in big and bold letters, so that Joongedai clearly sees our message." Breathing a heavy sigh, the pen said, "I cannot write by myself, someone must hold me in their hand." They all felt sad and said, "How do we tell Joongedai how we feel?" Joongedai, who had been listening to their discussion from outside the room, stepped inside. He saw his things scattered all over his untidy room and began to feel ashamed. Now Joongedai's room is no longer a mess. His clothes are always on hangers. Books and papers are neatly stacked on the bookshelf. The clock, ink bottle, drinking glass and scissors are in their proper places. Joongedai is glad because he can find what he wants quickly and easily now. Joongedai's things are glad too, to be where they belong.